Welcome to another episode of Trade Australia Consul Series 2024. I'm here with Consul General of Melbourne, Sandith Sumra Singer. CG, great to see you again. How are you?
Good, nice to see you, Lawrence. Thank you for having me or interviewing me.
Our pleasure. For the viewers, Consul General, please tell us about your role here in Melbourne and what the office does.
Yeah, I'm the Consul General of Sri Lanka to Victoria, South Australia and Tasmania. Predominantly, we cover all the consular work. We support our Sri Lankan community to obtain their passports, of course, then attestation of documents, then dual citizenships, and if whatever problems they have, we support them. And then, of course, we have a commercial office, so we promote trade, tourism, and then foreign direct investments. And then, of course, we look at climate change also, since President of Sri Lanka, President Ranil Wickremesinghe, has taken a lead role in climate change, and we have many initiatives like the Climate Prosperity Plan, then of course the Tropical Belt Initiative and the Climate Justice Forum. So yeah, we are moving ahead, and then of course we are trying to promote Sri Lanka as the next destination, especially in tourism.
Wonderful. Now, Sandith, I know that there's a whole new, if you like, resurgence of Sri Lanka trade and investment opportunities, and very well known for tourism globally. But I think there's some great industry sectors as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, it's again after the financial crisis, and we have come out of it very strongly within the short period of time. And then with that, there are many emerging markets coming out from Sri Lanka. It can be on trade, investments. Then, of course, many areas that we are looking at is digital financing. That is something that we want to partner with Australia. And then again, on investments in the Colombo Port City, and because it is a tax-free area, and so we are looking at potential investors going in and investing. Then, of course, regards to the CPP, the Climate Prosperity Plan, we have 101 projects in there.
Wow.
And we have identified projects in renewable energy, offshore wind, solar power, and that is for mitigation and then adaptation too. So like solar powered irrigation systems where you empower the grassroots level farmers. And so there are potential investments in that CPP, and it all falls into our NDCs, because end of the day, by 2040, we want to be 80% on renewable energy.
Wow.
So we want to get rid of fossil fuel.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we are working towards it, and we have many investors coming on renewable energy aspect to invest in Sri Lanka, and of course we want the Australian investors, potential investors, to go there too. And one company from Melbourne has gone and invested in a renewable energy project. So
wonderful.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Fantastic. And you mentioned the Colombo Port Precinct. That whole new free zone is going to be quite important strategically, because Sri Lanka, from a supply chain perspective, is so well strategically placed, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And of course, I think Sri Lanka in the Indian Ocean and we are in the Indo-Pacific, and so we, especially with maritime, like the shipping routes and all that, Sri Lanka is going to be the next place, because now with all the conflicts that are going around the world, Sri Lanka is going to be very important, one of the most strategic places in the world. Then, of course, again, when we look at the climate change, President Wickremesinghe has taken the Tropical Belt Initiative forward, and all the countries that fall into the tropical belt is in our parts of the world. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to strengthen that, strengthen the countries and make sure our biodiversity is secured in those areas too. So
fantastic. And I think many companies who have used free zones right across other Asian markets and even in the Middle East, they look at something like that Colombo Port Precinct and the city there as a free zone where they could do value adds and tap into a massive market like India as well as a springboard.
Yes, of course, India is, of course, very close to Sri Lanka, and we work with India, and we have many trade agreements with India too. And of course, India has always supported our initiatives. And of course, when it comes to different markets, we are trying to market our products to India, because the population is now more than China grown, and so, and it's a market that is there to be taken. And now what we see is a lot of Indian tourists are coming to Sri Lanka, so it's good.
Wonderful. So I think there's definitely a number of value adds and opportunities that Australian companies need to think about and come to talk to you and the team and the commercial team about how they can do business with Sri Lanka. Tell us about some of the initiatives that are coming throughout 2024.
Actually, we had a networking session on tourism last year, but this year in March, we are like, it's from 15th to the 20th or something, in March, and it is to do with tourism. It's not going to be a networking session, but a roadshow.
Great.
So we'll be starting from Brisbane, going to Sydney, and the final destination will be Melbourne. And then there's a trade delegation coming from Sri Lanka. They'll be here from the 11th of March to the 15th of March.
Wonderful.
So looking at areas where we can promote in Sri Lanka. And then we are looking at, we are really looking at foreign direct investments to Sri Lanka. So it can be in tourism, it can be in industry. And of course there are tax concessions also that we can talk about. And of course, we have a strong binding with Australia from for a very long time. And the Colombo plan is something that still, it's ongoing. And then when you talk about the new Colombo plan, we have a lot of Australian undergrads going to Sri Lanka for research and for their education also, because DFACT has that program. So it's good, it's all good. So the close ties. Then of course we want to promote sport. That's the other thing, and we would love to promote sports like cricket is something big, but the other sports like rugby. And we have been working with Victorian Rugby Victoria and Melbourne Rebels, and Melbourne Rebels have taken 2 girls from Sri Lanka. We are promoting women's rugby, and the girls should be here shortly. So, and I think they will be trying out for the Melbourne Rebels squad.
Fantastic. I think, as you say, the cultural ties and relationship between Australia and Sri Lanka has always been warm and strong. And great opportunities now for sport, investment and trade. So thank you so much, Sandith. It's great to have you on our show, and we look forward to really talking to you more throughout 2024 and supporting some of those fantastic initiatives.
Thank you, Lawrence, and definitely we'll connect with you.
Great.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Thank you.